Don't move, don't move, don't move. You'll go out of shot and it'll be ruined. The pressure. It is birthday season. Yeah. Oh, wait. I've got lots of things that I need to be getting on with for the business. And also I'm teaching the Magical Fibre Arts second lesson this afternoon. So I've got to prepare for that. I'm trying to do an inventory of all of my kits and how much printing I'm going to need, because it seems more cost effective to do it all in one big bulk order. Plus I've got 2 new kits that I need to order up for, and then I'll probably be doing some filming. I want to do some photographs of the products, some new ones that will be added to fair.com, so that that wholesale page will look nice and spiffy. So yeah, join me. Okay, so you can see I've got a very basic altar there. I've got some incense and a candle which I will light, and a little cauldron. I always like to have a cauldron because I feel like they're very much kind of tools of transformation. So in my opinion, if you have nothing but you have like a little vessel that represents a cauldron, to me that covers pretty much the whole gamut of tools. Then I've got this all kind of scattered around, and that's sort of tastefully scattered. I want people to see all the bits that I'm working on with that. I'll probably have to tidy it up in a minute. And then we've got a pin cushion, water, which is very important. But then here I've got my extra rig set up, which I need to test. So let's hope that all works. In addition to everything else, I have a bell. This one's really big. It's beautiful though, and it makes such a great sound. If I can make it. I like to use a bell at the beginning of a ritual or spell casting, just as a way of demarcating the space, really. So that's what that's for. I'm going to be setting up the video in a minute because I have kind of rigged up a webcam, and the Mac has its own camera, of course. So what I'm trying to do is set it up so that I have my face, because I'm gorgeous, but then also you can see my hands as I'm working. So and I just figured out on Zoom how to do that, and I'm really excited about it. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. I wish you could see the setup a little bit. It's so cramped because I've got in this space the MacBook, and the MacBook takes up, it's not a very big MacBook, I actually have the smallest model, but it does take up a lot of space. So this has been kind of hours in the making because I want to make sure it looks really good, but I also don't want to be knocking things over while I'm working because I'm going to be working with my hands. My new designs have arrived from Spoonflower. So this one is the Scarab Beetle one, and it's looking pretty good. This one, unfortunately, back to the drawing board a little bit because it looks great. The sizing, I think, works with the hoop, but these little orange, if you can see the orange flowers, the orange flowers didn't come out the way I wanted them to. There's supposed to be some guidance. These are woven wheels, and woven wheels are a type of embroidery stitch where you need to mark out 5 kind of thread spokes and then sew up and down through it, so you're kind of making a woven pattern. And so in this one I wanted to have those guidelines really clear, so that when you sewed it you could really see where to put your stitches. And unfortunately, given the color, I guess, of the contrasting colors, they didn't come out anyway. They didn't come out great, so I have to go back to the drawing board on that one. I can use this one as a test, but it won't be appropriate for selling. But the scarab one is looking great, and I am putting together a full video of how I came up with the design, how I did it digitally and everything. I'm working on that, I'm editing it, but when it's ready, and I'm hoping it'll be ready in the next couple of weeks, you'll be able to see the full process from the notebook sketch through to digital, through to sewing it. Where I work now, there's this really great coffee shop, and they do very nice breakfast sandwiches with coconut bacon, which I hadn't had before, but it tastes pretty good. A little while back I made a temporary altar shriney mandala-y thing, and it's still here, which is kind of nice. These are some of my little thumbnail sketches for my new project, which is going to be an Ostara embroidery design. I found this old wooden box in our garden, and I thought it would be a really great way to set up a tiny photograph studio to film and photograph some of my embroidery and fibre arts. What do you think? So I treated myself to something. For years I have used something called a Cuppow, C-U-P-P-O-W, and look at the colour, how great a colour is it? It's lovely bright. I think they called it coral. So I had one of these already. Actually I had 2. One was for a wide jar and one was for a small, like a standard jar. And the wide jar ones I don't like as much. I like the smaller ones. And I only had one, and every time I put it in the dishwasher I am lost, because every day I use it to put my coffee in and I take it to work. I also love to drink water from it. I finally went online and bought one, so here it is, and this is how it works. You put your drink in here, you have the gasket or the little ring, it's not really a gasket, and then you put this inside here, put it on top, and there's your drink. You can also use a bigger jar. That's the other great thing, is you can use a bigger jar and still have the same one, so, or a smaller jar. While I was on their website, I noticed they had this, which is a spray attachment that you can put on mason jars, and as luck would have it, our spray bottle had broken like a week or so before, and we use the Dr. Bronner's all-purpose cleaner, not the soap, though we use that too, but it's the cleaner that we like to use. But you do need to dilute it, and then you need to find a spray bottle, because it doesn't come in a spray bottle, it's concentrated. So look at this. It is a large mason jar. Again, I could use a smaller one, but I think I'm probably going to use a larger one. You have this top attachment. The mason jar didn't come with it, it was mine. This came in this box, and you put it on top, and there you have it. You have an all-purpose spray. This is not a paid promo. I'm just sharing this with you because I think it's really great. They're good for the environment. The plastic is recycled. It stops you getting all of those vacuum flasks. You can reuse jars. And yeah, I think they're a really great small addition to making the world a better place.
nigga gonna like no one. We fell apart, but my heart breaks for no one. Why so cruel to me? Why so cruel to me? You were cruel to me. In the nick of time, she quickly changed us up to get us by. One that she never came. What you do when it's a good time? You held your head by a thread, burned fingers.
When I was pregnant, I did prenatal yoga classes and I met a group of really lovely women. And the teacher of the class at the time suggested that people reach out to other people in the class who were due at the same time as they were so that they could be a support network for each other. And that's what one of the people in our class did. She reached out and said, hey, is there anybody who has a baby due in March or February? And a bunch of us responded, and some of us responded and said, yeah, we do. And from then until now, when all our kids are 9 years old, we have been meeting up. At the beginning, when they were all tiny babies and they were barely born, when they were brand new humans, we met up a lot, and it was a really great thing because it can be quite isolating being a new parent. And so being with like-minded people who'd all had their babies at the same time was a really special gift. As we got older and as our kids got older, definitely the group sort of either people wandered away or maybe some people kind of made their own little micro groups. But a lot of us still get together and we're there for each other. We're in lots of different capacities. It really is great to have that kind of support network and have a community, especially for us because our families are not around. My family's back in the UK and Chad's family lives quite far away. We find this kind of little community. We can always rely on them and they know they can rely on us. So it's great. You know, it's important and it's the key to happiness to have community, I think. But it also means we have this really wonderful period of weekends and stuff where we do parties. So we had a party, the first one of the season today, and then Cece's will be next week, and it will go on from there. We'll have a few other ones to go to as well.